This episode of the Play It Again podcast is brought to you by our sponsor, The Giant Speech. The Giant Speech, your one-stop shop for coffee, movies, music and TV. The Giant Speech. They owe me $20 for this paid sponsorship. What's going on? It's the Play It Again pod. I'm Corey Lyle. I'm Ben.
And I'm James, not Ben.
And we are coming to you after a brief 2-week hiatus, which is pretty good in terms of timing for us.
Considering, yeah.
So we'll just jump. We don't actually have a sponsor, by the way. I just wanted to piss James off. No, it's a good. Visit the Giant Speech. They're good. They're good. They host this podcast. So I'll say they're good. They're great. I like your game reviews. We don't actually have Ben this week.
No, he's dead to us.
Unfortunately, yeah, he did pass away from the friendship. So rest in peace, Ben. Hashtag dead to us. But our hearts will go on. So I'm just going to read the news. I'll see if I can channel a bit of Ben. He sent me the news, so I'm just going to read this straight from the text because he sent me a bit of news and trailers and stuff because he usually does the work. So this is a struggle. So even beyond the grave, he's still sending us news. So
good on him. Bless his soul.
See if I can channel a bit of Ben.
Alright, Ben, ready for the news?
Yeah, boys. Michael Keaton has joined Spider-Man and he's heavily rumoured to be the Vulture. So what do you think of that?
Yeah, no, it's interesting. Vincent D'Onofrio's apparently wants in as well.
Yeah.
Hopefully he plays similar characters to what he did in Jurassic World.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And so I heard that Joel Edgerton. Okay, we'll stop. We can't have in jokes. We're not successful, so we're not allowed. I'm happy about that. We'll just rush through the news. We're not going to linger like Ben. Wolverine 3 has confirmed to be R-rated, which bloody excites me.
R in America though, isn't it? Like our
R in America, which is MA15 plus for us.
R18, same as
R18 for us is like full on, like Wolf of Wall Street.
They're X-rated kind of shit, yeah.
X-rated, fuck their pussies.
Yeah.
No, it's but that excites me. Wolverine. We're discussing X-Men Apocalypse today. God, this has been a shit start. We haven't even put out. Yeah, we're talking about X-Men Apocalypse.
Yep. That's about it. Yeah.
That's it. So we might get into a few spoilers for that, and then I'll elaborate more on the news story when we talk about X-Men Apocalypse, because obviously Wolverine is in the X-Men universe, so those films are connected.
Links in.
He does, supposedly. Well, you saw the trailer, you know that. Anyway. Michael B. Jordan has joined Black Panther. Hopefully as Creed. So hopefully Creed... we can only imagine that Creed should... Well, it's like obvious that... It seems so obvious that Creed should join the Marvel Universe that...
Obviously. It'd be a One-Punch Man.
Imagine if... Oh. Anyway, I'm excited about that. I really like Michael B. Jordan. He's really good in Fruitvale Station.
Who else was in it? Chadwick Boseman, obviously.
And Michael B. Jordan's... Isn't it Michael B. Jordan's love interest from Creed?
She's in it as well, yeah.
She's in it.
There was another...
How sexist is this? I can't even think of her name.
It's not Teresa? No.
No, it might be. I think it is. Hang on.
But there was another actor that had joined it recently. Chadwick Boseman, Michael B. Jordan, and...
I'm doing the... I'm
It's
a mid-cast. It is a sick... Oh, Lupita Nyong'o.
Oh!
From... Who played Maz Kanata in Star Wars.
And John Boyega.
As well as Andy Serkis is returning. John Boyega.
He's confirmed, yeah, apparently.
No way. You serious?
That's what Tibbsy said last night, yeah.
Not confirmed. He'd be on IMDb if he was confirmed. But yeah. But yeah, John Boyega would be cool. Amazingly strong cast. Yeah, that excites me. Lupita was in The Jungle Book as well.
Yep.
Okay. Next bit of news. After much debate, people wanting Anthony and Gruber, people wanting other actors. Alden Ehrenreich has been officially cast as Han Solo. I still don't know why they're doing this film, but if they were going to choose anyone, I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I think casting Anthony and Gruber, he's not an actor. He's an impersonator. That's...
Yeah, oh no, I acknowledge that, yeah. It'd be good if you had Han Solo, feeding him the lines.
Yeah.
I've just got off mic, so this is probably going to sound so bad in the podcast.
No, it probably sounds like more real.
Probably sounds better than our usual. We should just do all our things 10 metres away from the microphones, desperately yelling. Alden Ehrenreich, he was awesome in Hail Caesar. He's very charismatic, even I was sort of falling a little bit in love with him, so... I'm excited for that. Okay, Kate Blanchett, Jeff Goldblum. How would Tibbsy pronounce it? Like Kate Blanchett, Jeff Goldblum, and
Keith Urban.
And Carl Urban have been confirmed for Thor Ragnarok, and the cast is building as they desperately try and make Thor interesting. I really didn't like the second Thor.
No, and this one's probably going to be shit too. So
I just don't want to see Kate Blanchett have to do this. I just think she's so much better than that. Jeff Goldblum is pretty good though. Like that's pretty awesome that they've added him.
Yeah,
he could be really just some Asgardians like Ragnarok it's bad. It's really.
I hope he's just really self-referential through the whole thing.
Yeah,
referencing Independence Day,
like the Independence
Park,
Day.
Yeah,
that's the whole best bit about that new Independence Day trailer. Is he's like, what did Seth Jeff Goldblum? He's like, "Are you scared?" He's like, "Oh, yeah." It's just like so shit, but so good. Oh, he's very charismatic. I'm gonna see it just for Jeff Goldblum and Kate Blanchett, I reckon. Oh, and Hulk's in it as well.
Yep.
Ruffalo's joined the cast. Okay. Andy White. Oh fuck, I don't know who this is. Do you know who that is?
No.
One of Tibbsy's weird,
obscure
hipster
directors.
Andy Weir. I'm guessing pronounced Weir. Oh god, people would be shouting.
Oh, he's the author of The Martian.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep.
Who's that? So I still don't know how to pronounce his name. Andy Weir. Why? We'll
say Weir.
Andy W. is developing a new movie with Fox and Ridley Scott.
So that'll be good. Spacey.
Yeah. I'll be excited for that.
Yeah. Apparently, though, the film was better than the book. I don't know.
Really?
I think because people love the book, but they said in the book it came across it was a lot drier.
This is The Martian, by the way.
Yeah, The Martian. Sorry. Whereas Matt Damon really brought some character to the humor.
Yeah.
Like it did. Like especially
the character to the humor or humor to the character.
Bit of both.
Dipshit.
Like the bits where he was typing like fucking shit through the terminal. Like that's very dry when you read it on page, but on screen it's.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the case with a lot of things. I think. But yeah, no, I'll say it. Obviously, I have to. But Assassin's Creed is confirmed to have a 65% of the screen time in the past.
No, in the present.
In the present, sorry, and 35% in the past, which is a lot less than the games. Which is interesting.
Another thing that was interesting was, I think we talked about it last week, the Animus. That still got me weird.
I prefer that Animus. Because
like the big claw machine.
Yeah, it's kind of cool to me.
It's
I'm a bit apprehensive. I just can't stand we'll talk about the trailer.
Yep.
Final story. Oh, and Assassin's Creed looks good. Obviously, the director, Justin Cazell, directed Macbeth, where previously...
Who was Macbeth? Was it Shakespeare? Was it? Yeah.
Shake-Spear, yeah. Miss you, Tibbsy. Come back. And Sherlock Holmes 3 has confirmed to start filming this year. And that's obviously the RDJ, Robert Downey Jr., Martin Freeman movies. I don't care.
Neither.
Does any part of you...
No, the second one came out relatively close to real 3D, like that kind of stuff. So it was very cheesy, like the cannonballs and stuff.
Yeah, I need to see the TV show because I've heard
TV shows.
Cumberbatch kills it. All right, trailers. Start with the big one. Assassin's Creed.
Very good, very good.
Yeah.
See, you messaged me and you weren't a fan of the soundtrack to it.
Jesus, I loathe Kanye West.
I
hate everything about him, and it doesn't fit.
Got around it. I thought it fit amazingly.
Oh, it does.
Like we're talking about like going back in time, and it's very like.
But the song's like I'm a god, but like the character of all the Assassin's characters aren't like arrogant and shit like that. They're not. They're usually like I'm thinking of like Ezio, Altair, old mate from Assassin's Creed 3. They're very like Connor. They're like much more. They're not like they don't look for recognition for all the shit that they've done.
No, which is the point of the Creed. Shadows,
yeah. Whereas like I am a god is like it just screams arrogance of Kanye West.
I like it.
It's like them using the dubstep in the Warcraft trailer. It just seems to me to be like
was weird.
That desperate,
like trying to pander to
non-gaming audiences, and I just think I prefer they make a trailer because the guy, and I don't know his name, who did the score for Assassin's Creed 2, which is an amazing score, an amazing video game score, is scoring the film.
Oh.
Yeah, why would they not just use his music from Assassin's Creed 2? Unless...
Because that's the thing, they're trying to get the general audience in, because they know that people like you and I are going to see it.
Yeah, but it was just ultimate cringe. It almost ruined the whole trailer for me. Also, the way Fassbender delivers that line at the end, "We work in the dark to serve the light. We are assassins," was weird.
Yeah.
It sounded like he just read it for the first time. And probably thinking, nerdy
he was
shit.
Like, what the fuck is this? Yeah.
No, but I'm looking forward to it. So the rumor is that Fassbender was in talks with, I can't remember the studio that's doing it, but they were like, he'd been attached for ages, and then he said, "I'll do it, but I want you to let my friend Justin Cazale, who we just worked with on Macbeth, I want you to let him direct it," and that's how Cazale got the job.
Right.
I think he'll kill it because Macbeth, from all accounts, is amazing. I haven't bothered to see it.
Yeah.
I'm not a nerd.
Can we briefly talk about, actually, I think maybe it should have been in the news, Warcraft?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about it?
How it's come out in France to not great reviews, because we just touched on gaming.
Yeah.
Not great reviews, but amazing, like, kind of, what would it be? Like, public reception.
Yeah, so audience reviews seem to be really high. But critic reviews are sort of generally not liking it.
Yeah. Mid to low.
Yeah. So, I don't know. If Warcraft is bad, then Assassin's Creed needs to be good. Because otherwise, studios aren't going to invest. Like, these video games are just not going to happen. This is like the big push.
That's the danger, though. Like, do we really want more video game movies when video games are really stories that are told over 8 to 12 hours, as opposed to a 2 to 2.5 hour film?
I'm still happy to see, like, to have both. Like, I'm so happy to see some great video games be put on the big screen, because there's some really great stories. Like,
but that's why I think Assassin's Creed will probably work, because it's an original story set in the universe. Whereas Warcraft, was Warcraft an original story, or is it just straight up Warcraft?
I think it's an original story.
Okay.
Yeah. There's some good stories. I was even thinking, like, the plot of Call of Duty 4 or 6.
Just Michael Bay directed.
Yeah, literally.
Michael Bay directed Modern Warfare trilogy would be
really
perfect.
Good. Yeah, really good. I'd see it. Who would you have to play Seth MacTavish?
Jared Butler.
Yeah, done.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, and Jason Statham as Captain Price.
Yes. Oh my god.
Now I'm getting really excited about this movie that they should make.
They should make.
They really should, because the COD 4 story is pretty great.
I think as a trilogy it was pretty great, but we're getting off track.
Okay, yeah.
Star Trek Beyond trailer. What did you think?
It was. I don't know. I don't really care about Star Trek.
Neither. Better than the first one.
Oh, so much better. The first one was disgusting. The use of the Beastie Boys song was. It was so weird.
Yeah.
I'm looking. It looks good. The whole idea of like the swarm. There's rumors they could be the Borg.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but
the rebooted Star Trek movies are remakes of the original Star Trek movies. Like the second original Star Trek movie was.
The second was a remake, even though JJ said it wasn't, but then it was.
And then it was, yeah.
Yeah, but that's. I don't think people like that because the second was highly unpopular.
I liked it.
I mean, with like dedicated Star Trek fans. I mean, is there any pleasing Star Trek or Star Wars fans really? No. But it's it looks good. I like Idris Elba. Looks really cool as the villain. Simon Pegg looks just as good as ever. That shot of him leaping and grabbing the cliff does not stop being cringe. But anyway, we'll move on. The BFG, the second trailer for the BFG.
Yeah.
Looks good.
I'm still not excited for the
I've heard some dodgy reviews. Apparently, the story's a bit average, which doesn't make sense because it's the Roald Dahl original.
Yeah.
So I don't know how the story could be, how the hell they could manage to fuck up the story because it's such a great story. But it looks great. CGI looks really cool. It looks like it looks like they've realised the world that Dahl created really well.
Mm.
So I'm really looking forward to that. Inferno, which is the new Dan Brown adaptation.
Yeah.
With Tom Hanks and Felicity Jones. I really like The Da Vinci Code and Angels and Demons as just like shit guilty pleasure movies.
I still haven't seen them.
They're just like a kind of slightly worse version of National Treasure. Which is saying something.
National Treasure?
So any movies like that, which just like discovery, like hidden mystery, and like if they make me believe, like I get really into them. So I'm gonna say this. It looks like it'll just be stupid and fun. As long as it doesn't take itself too seriously, I'm happy to see it.
The Accountant as well?
So this is have you seen the trailer for this one?
Yep.
So this is the Ben Affleck accounting movie.
Yeah.
Should not be interesting, but it looks interesting.
It does.
My dad's an accountant. I've been in the accountant office a lot. The last place I'd want to make a film. But no, it looks great.
But I really think there'll be very little accounting done.
No, well, wouldn't that be just 2 hours of like, doesn't balance. Better calculate again. Just flipping through the 2016 tax guide.
But I'm just reading the premise of it. He has more affinity for numbers than he has people.
Well, haven't you seen the trailer? It's him, essentially he's playing someone that's like OCD.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Ben Affleck looks like he's really he wants that Oscar. It's coming out October 14th as well, which is prime time for a big Oscar. So this will be his push, his post BVS push.
Yeah. And lastly, but leastly.
Well, last and least.
Ghostbusters.
This trailer was much better than the first trailer.
It was. I think we need to make clear, it's not because the cast, don't mind the cast. I think as individual actresses, they're all decent.
I mean, I'm only familiar with two of them, which is Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy, who I've found funny. I sort of don't watch Melissa McCarthy's shit films. I just watch her good ones. I've been lucky. So Spy. I really loved. Tammy and The Boss I haven't seen.
No dice. But yeah, I think it just doesn't look like a great film.
No,
it just
honestly
looks like they're just trying to cash in on the Ghostbusters
Absolutely.
name.
And it almost looks like they're trying to cash in on feminism as well. Like trying to...
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are going to see this out of like, not guilt, but like, well, I should support this. Like, you want to support this. Yeah. And it's almost feels a bit wrong because it's almost like they're saying they're not doing it because of not doing it for feminism. They're doing it purely like people will see this because
it's an all-female Ghostbusters.
And it's like, well, no. Like if you want, there are so many funny women. These women are funny. Give them a better script to work with than what you've given them. Like it just looks shocking.
But yeah, I mean, this trailer better than the first,
but still not great.
That's
like, the first trailer was disgustingly
awful.
Bad.
Yeah. Look, we'll wait and see when the film comes out. Yeah. Hopefully it's good. I mean, hopefully they've just done the opposite of what every film studio does and put the shit bits in the trailer.
Hopefully.
And the rest of the film is good.
I think the dislikes on the YouTube video of the trailer, it's a bit of like, what is a bit much, yeah, but it's also a bit like, once you see everyone's disliked it, you kind of just go and dislike it as well.
Yeah.
To be part of it. So I think everyone, BuzzFeed, everyone is reporting as if it's it's not a story that everyone's disliking it. Like, no. It's just people bored. It's not like everyone's like, oh, I cannot stand these women. Like, oh no, not successful women. Like this, it's the same as the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare trailer. It's really not that bad. People are just deliberately disliking it. It's kind of an annoying trend on YouTube.
On the internet.
On internet in general, everyone sort of groups together with their hate. There's people talking about how shit the trailer is that haven't even seen the trailer. Like, it's that idea. What's cool to
And I mean, that's the thing. We can't make a judgment on the movie. These are all talented actresses. The ones that we've seen. And who's directing? Paul
Feig, who did Spy.
Brilliant director.
Yeah.
So hopefully, film's good.
Okay, let's move on to our film of the week, which is X-Men...
Oh, we've got Bad Neighbours too.
Do we have to?
It'll be quick.
Alright.
You didn't see it.
So I'll give Ben's thoughts.
We'll do Bad Neighbours 2.
My review, if you want to touch on that. Bad Neighbours 2, he gave it 5.5 out of 10. He said he liked the chemistry and he liked Efron's performance. I fucking bet he did. I can't speak all of a sudden. I bet he did. Have you seen that rippling chest of his? Tibbsy would froth that. He didn't like the rehashed moments, which is interesting. They're suggesting that there were moments in the first one. Said it's very messy and just wasn't as funny as the first, which isn't saying much to begin with. So, would you agree with Ben's review? 5.5?
Oh, I'd probably give it a 6.5
Okay.
maybe. The chemistry is really good. I really enjoy Rose Byrne, Seth Rogen, and Zac Efron.
Yeah.
As individuals, I think they're brilliant, and then together they work really well together. And I think the three of them, their performances were really good. All three of them.
Okay. How are the girls? How are the crazy sorority house?
It wasn't as bad. See, the bits that I saw, like when I'd walk in before I'd seen it, seemed really cringe. But there was some genuinely, they worked well. Chloe Grace Moretz is good.
Yeah.
She's a good actress.
She's not funny. Is she funny? Does she radiate? I don't really look at her as a comedic actress.
No, she's not really funny. No, I think a lot of the
she has a funny friend. I've noticed.
A lot of the funny bits were bits that we would find funny as guys. So there's a bit where like the girls from the sorority start throwing like bloody tampons at Seth Rogen's house.
Oh Jesus!
And Zac Efron comes downstairs because he's at the time living with the girls in the sorority, like trying to get back at Rose and Seth. And he's like, "Oh, that was so funny. Where'd you get all that fake blood from?" And they're like, "Our uteruses. Like it's real."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh," and like starts to like vomit a little in his mouth. And they're like, "Oh, but like, how's that disgusting? You'd find it funny if like we were throwing bags of dicks." And he's like, "No, I would." And then he like laughs for like a minute. He's like, "Yeah, bag of dicks." Like, there's some really good like little just childish bits.
Yeah.
In it that work.
And they sort of touch
really
on
well.
like they touch on issues of sexism a bit, don't
they? The thing that and there was an interesting article that I read today actually about Sydney unis, a couple of colleges up at Sydney Uni, how they've got like this like really strong sexist and like racist views just entrenched within that culture there, in certain colleges, and like.
Gentlemen, James gets stage right.
Yeah,
halfway through a podcast.
Talking about that, and then like one of the first scenes is when the girls go to a frat party. All the dudes are like hitting on them. They've already like roofied the punch, and like a couple of girls are like getting real fucked up.
Yeah.
And it's really like they explicitly walk in and say like, "This party is rapey," like that is a quote. Kind of thing.
Right.
So and that's very interesting. The things that they touch on there, and how like sororities aren't allowed to throw parties, but like frats are. Few interesting parts. I mean, it doesn't really relate to us here in Australia, but it's interesting.
It's an interesting
kind
culture
of institutionalized sexism, I guess, through the education industry in America.
Yeah. I might give it a watch then. It sounds like it could be
it's not
slightly entertaining, and I enjoy all the cast. So we'll move on. What was your rating out of 10? You said
6 out of 10,
which gives us an average of 6 out of 10, I believe, when you combine the two reviews. Not that we've ever done average, because that involves maths. Should we move on to the film of the week?
We should.
Is X-Men Apocalypse. Apocalypse. Which Ben has spelled X-Men Apocalypse.
Has he?
C. Yeah. He's had a struggle. So,
yes.
I guess I'll start.
I
went to this film with like all the really negative reviews thinking like, fuck, shit, like this could be really bad. And I really liked it. It had all the elements that I've liked from the previous two films, First Class and Days of Future Past. I really enjoyed the action. I liked all the characters. They all have their individual idiosyncrasies, which you can relate to them. It's not a conventional superhero movie. It's gory. It's serious at times. It's funny at times. So definitely better than the main thing is it's definitely better than what the critics are saying. But it's not great. There's also like the IMDb user reviews that are like 10 out of 10. Best X-Men movie ever. Which is just like, Jesus, like, settle the fuck down. I've got a real problem. I don't know who I dislike more, which is film critics or ridiculous IMDb user reviews. It seems like on IMDb, the only option you can rate an episode is like, or a movie is like 1 out of 10 or 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's like, it's either the best thing or the worst thing ever. Like, it just really frustrates me. But no, it's good. It's really good. My problems with some of the dialogue is really cringe. The villain is a little disappointing. And it's a lot of like world destruction, which it just doesn't really do anything to me anymore because I've seen it so many times.
Yeah.
Man has still kind of killed my enjoyment of destruction. Also the ending, and this has been a problem with I think Days of Future Past as well. Not First Class because it was a bit more lo-fi, but the ending wasn't satisfying. It had such a build up, and it just didn't satisfy me.
No, it wasn't, was it?
No. So I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. I had a really good time.
I'd probably
I definitely enjoyed it more than Batman v Superman, and I'd say this is going to be pretty controversial, but considering that I haven't had enough X-Men, but I've had enough Marvel, I would, like as a Disney Marvel, I would rate it, I'd say I had a similar level of enjoyment that I had watching Civil War, and it's only 2 hours long, which is 28 minutes closer to 90 minutes than Captain America Civil War is, which is just great. So yeah, a 7.5 out of 10. James, what did you think of X-Men Apocalypse?
It was good.
Yes.
It was just good. Some cringeworthy dialogue.
Oh yeah.
Oh, awful. Like, and it was very closely like contrasted with some great action or like some quality gore, which I'll talk on. But there's a scene where Magneto, he's a good guy at the start, and then like something tragic happens.
Oh yeah.
And he literally screams up into the air like, "Why are you doing this to me? Is this what you want of me?"
Is that your Fassbender impersonation?
No, it's just kind of like the dramatic.
Oh, but yeah, and it's really like, I sitting there, I was like, do you reckon Magneto, like, why the fuck would Magneto believe in God?
Yeah, like he can effectively like shape Earth.
He knows, I don't know, it was just a bit like,
but then immediately prior, he like killed a dozen guards with a necklace that like, because it was a metal pendant, he like slashed all their throats with it.
Yeah.
Like in rapid succession. And it was like, it wasn't like kind of like a neat little like, ooh, paper cut. Like their throats were like, bleh, like
it was
open.
It was sick.
It was like, and there was a lot of that in the film. There's a very, I mean, look, spoiler, not spoiler.
Well, what are you talking about?
Ooh.
I can't read minds. Nah. Spoiler. A certain character comes back.
Certain character comes
for a cameo.
back for a cameo that he is in the trailer, so I'm not really sure if it's a spoiler, but look, we'll go on a spoiler, so no names. But it's very gory and very good, and it signals very interesting things for the future of the X-Men franchise.
Yep, it's... we'll talk about that. I think we'll discuss spoilers. Do you want a time code? We'll just have a quick discussion.
Yeah, you know, I didn't time code the last one.
No,
I didn't.
Fuck. Okay. Should we just go straight into spoilers now?
Yeah, fuck it.
Okay, so spoilers. If you haven't seen X-Men Apocalypse yet, I encourage you to go watch it. Spoilers, and we'll put a time code in back when we...
26 and 30.
Yeah, well, that's when we're talking about spoilers. We need to let them know. Fuck. Okay, when we're done talking about spoilers, when we're just moving on to like what's out on DVD.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so we'll take note of when we finish.
Oh, okay. Look, X-Men Apocalypse, good. Like, yeah, 7 out of 10. That's
7.5
my rating.
out of 10.
Yep.
It was good. Spoilers. Cool. Let's go into it. Yeah, it was Wolverine.
Yeah, Wolverine.
It's not really a spoiler, but I was like, maybe it is a spoiler. But because like not everyone saw that trailer. But yeah, Wolverine has a cameo. It doesn't really change the plot that much.
No.
But
it does actually. It kind of weird with the timeline because X-Men Origins no longer happened, did it?
No.
Or did it?
No, it didn't.
Didn't.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of shit that just crosses over, and I'm not sure which
That's
ones.
why I like the Deadpool joke, which is just like
which timeline. Like
yeah, but no. X-Men Origins Wolverine didn't happen.
What about the Wolverine? Did that happen?
Oh.
Yeah, the sequel to X-Men Origins. And
I don't think so.
And then where's Wolverine 3 going to fit in? Is it going to fit in between?
That's Old Man Logan.
So it's going to be after this one, but before, say, like when the original...
I'm not familiar with the comics, but I don't know.
See, that's the thing.
This is why we need Tipsy.
They fucked it. They've royally fucked it.
Yeah, no, they have, but I'm glad they deleted because like X-Men 1 and 2 were good. 3 and Origins was kind of cringe, in my opinion. So I really like
cringe.
The Last Stand and Origins Wolverine.
Oh, Last Stand and Origins weren't cringe. They were just steaming piles of shit.
Yeah, they weren't great. They were the Brett Ratner ones, obviously.
Yeah.
He's gone. Let's deal. But yeah, I find the cringeworthy dialogue. It sucks because I like it. A lot of it went to J-Law.
Yeah.
Especially like there's a bit in the trailer that seems cringe, and it is cringe. It's something like forget everything you think you know. None of that matters. And it's just like her trying to be like angry and serious. It just doesn't fit who she is as an actress.
No.
She's really good at like subtle things, and her trying to be like motivational and like angry. It's never worked for me. Saw like similar in Hunger Games whenever she's tried to give like the speech, and they played on
speeches,
that. It just doesn't. It's just not her style. I'd say someone like Kate Blanchett would be better at like it's some actors. For example, Elijah Wood. If Elijah Wood ever did that, it'd be super fucking cringe, right? So it just doesn't fit her, and I think she's great as Mystique. But is that really the Mystique character to give those sort of speeches? Anyway, it never seemed like it was, at least in the original X-Men trilogy. Yeah. She seems like someone that's more. She only speaks when she really needs to. So that's why I was a bit like.
But that's been my problem with these X-Men movies the whole time. How in the original 3, Mystique was always in her blue form. She was only ever in a human form or like changing into someone when she needed to, like when she was like toppling something from the inside out or whatever. But now she's always in her Jennifer Lawrence form, and I'm like, that's just because you're trying to show off her face because it's Jennifer Lawrence, and that annoys me.
I also think it's because in terms of the story, they're sort of saying that she's still self-conscious about who she is. You don't like that, or it makes her more human. Well, she's not a human; she's a dirty mutant. But
yeah, I don't know. Like that just still annoys me.
Yeah. Did you care? I have a problem with this, which is like Magneto. I reckon now this is like the third time he's fucking acted out and tried to destroy the world.
Yeah.
I reckon surely Professor X would just be like, nah, really, like,
come on, mate.
Fool me once, but like, stop, and then stop having nice D&Ms with me. Like, there's a bit where they speak at the end and they're very friendly, and I was just a bit like, really, you really like? I guess it's a superhero movie. Like, that's the whole point, is that they keep on becoming friends. But I feel like they'd just be a bit like, I feel like Xavier would just be like, fuck off now, mate. Like, really. Yeah. I'm sorry about your family, and I'm sorry about, like, Hitler and stuff, but, like, get fucked, really.
And like, I mean...
He destroyed the Opera House, James. He destroyed the Sydney Opera House. That did me.
I know.
That's when I knew the stakes were real. Because I knew, they were aware of the existence of Australia. They hit us where it hurts. Beautiful singing facilities.
And his reaction's always a bit disproportional, isn't it?
Who?
Magneto's, really.
His reactions to
his
family being murdered.
Yeah, so he takes over the world. It's a bit disproportional.
Yeah, but I think that was more the point of him being like, well, I can't. I tried to be human and I can't. We can't live with the humans. It's us or them. That was his sort of like, not like, oh, everyone has to die because because the fat security guard had a shit trigger finger, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Arrow finger.
Arrow finger. And can we talk about that? That arrow was not going fast, nor would it have pierced through his daughter into his wife.
They didn't really make a good point of that. Yeah, was that... I don't get what that... Yeah, that was...
It was like, come on.
Well, it was like point blank range, but...
Yeah, but he was like... Like, it was seriously like he had it here, not even
arrows are pretty strong.
Like, yeah, but he had it like here.
That was like a full-on warbow.
It's like a rubber band. Like,
no, it's not. It's not a rubber band.
No, it is. If I stretch it here, but if I stretch it out here, that's like exponentially more powerful.
A bowstring is being held at a much stronger force.
But he wasn't so much more tension. He was like he had it like that.
That's all. That's almost how much the only
he had it
pull a bowstring back.
And then flew straight.
Are you sure that's? I reckon he has it pretty far back.
No.
Oh well, we'll have to see. Important topics. Fuck the refugee crisis. Let's discuss X-Men. Did you have any problems with Apocalypse? Did you think he was weak? Because I sort of found him weak.
Yeah, I did. I think I just didn't find him compelling as a villain. He was just, and I think I said it to you while we were watching. I preferred the Marvel films because they've gone back and forth. Like, Avengers 1 was this, like, big kind of, like, it was just ridiculous, like, trying to destroy Earth. And then you go to Ant-Man and it's really localised and it's nice. Whereas X-Men just keeps trying to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And bigger. And, like, the next one's going to be just like, okay, we're going to destroy the universe. Like, we're going to destroy the Milky Way. We're going to destroy the solar system.
Well, speaking of the next... Oh, yeah, with Apocalypse, yeah. I think the idea of going practical with him was an interesting decision in terms of just doing the makeup on Oscar Isaac. But
it looks pretty good.
I thought it looks cringe. I honestly thought he could have...
I don't know.
He could have had some better prosthetics.
Yeah, he could have. He did look a lot like the villain from the old Power Rangers.
I think they should have just CGI'd him, and then he could have been... Well, CGI'd parts of him in terms of just making him... Like what they did with Hagrid. Like, they should have just made him bigger. Because he just didn't seem imposing at all.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, I don't know. And I guess we'll finish with the after credit scene, which is... You can explain it because I'm pretty dodgy at this point.
Yeah, it's a dude in a suit, as per usual with the X-Men universe.
From Essex Corp?
I find, quick note, X-Men just very cringe-worthy films in general. It's always like men in suits are bad. Like, it's very... I don't know.
Don't think First Class is cringe-worthy. I think First Class... I haven't seen
First Class was...
God, it was mint. James is doing
perfect.
The either a 0, saying you gave it a 0 out of 10, or like it was good. He's giving that sign. You know when you stick,
yeah, but okay, so it was a dude from Essex Corp, who's like a villainous corporation,
like Hydra.
Yeah. Going into the facility where Wolverine is held now, and grabbing a vial of Wolverine's blood, which is Weapon X, and then he opens up his briefcase and he's got like several other vials that are all different luminous colours.
They're all the colour of the gay rainbow, which is interesting. Wonder what that means.
Well, that means well. Talk about Sony pushing a fucking agenda. Yeah, and he closes it, and then it's like, ooh, Essex Corp, and then so like this dude Essex or some shit made. Who did he make? Flat Top. Deadpool.
The Weapon X guy from Origins.
No.
Colossus?
No.
I don't know. The villain.
The one that he says at the Cable. Yeah.
Okay.
Essex Corp had something to do with the making of Cable, which is like Scott from X-Men's son, who goes to the future but then comes back to the past, and he's got a bionic arm, and it's the dude that Deadpool at the end was like, oh, in the next film we're going to have Cable. I don't know much else, but yeah. Okay. But I think it's more a direct link to Old Man Logan, and like probably the creation of X-23, which is Wolverine's clone, which is a female Wolverine, and then in the comics Wolverine dies, X-23 becomes the real Wolverine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do we think if it wasn't... So, do you reckon that's a clue to the next Wolverine?
Yeah, I reckon more than anything. Sony seem very... Like, they don't plan ahead that far. They plan movie by movie. So I think it's just a direct link to the next.
And I'm looking forward to... It seems like the Striker in this film, which is the same Striker from Days of Future Past.
Yep.
He's great. I think he's really cool. He's sort of really arrogant and smarmy. He's so smarmy, isn't he? Smarmy.
Yeah.
He's really like Bradley Cooper style. It's like smug. So I'm looking forward to him. He escapes. So I'm looking forward to the next film. I still like these films. I think these are my favorite. The X-Men movies remain to be my favorite out of Marvel and DC.
I disagree, but
I don't know. Marvel, it always whelms me.
Marvel just seem better made.
They always
like they're just
I think First Class is just
with the exception of First
Class. It's in a class of its own, James.
Oh,
okay, let's move on. X-Men Apocalypse. What minute are we in? So that's 36 minutes and 55 seconds.
We'll go 37.
Okay, well, should we just wait the 3 seconds to what are you suggesting?
37.
Welcome back.
There we go.
Welcome back. Hope you've seen the movie. We talked about a lot of shit. We talked about how... Well, also I'm not going to say.
Spoilers.
Okay, let's look at the...
What's out on DVD?
What is out on DVD?
Yeah,
okay.
So
Point Break!
We've got a good mix here. We've got the good films. There's quite a few actually. So we've got films like Point Break, The Good Dinosaur, and Goosebumps, who I personally am going to get on like 4K Blu-ray.
Oh yeah, well.
And then you've got films.
Goosebumps was good.
Goosebumps was alright.
And The Good Dinosaur was just bad. It was bad for Pixar. It would probably be good for any other studio. Right?
Yeah. Victor Frankenstein. What the fuck was that?
That was the James McAvoy who was in X-Men, and Daniel Radcliffe, their Frankenstein movie.
Oh yeah.
Which apparently is awful. And I remember I was so excited because I actually don't mind the Mary Shelley novel. I had to study, but I took quite a liking to it. And the plot outline on IMDb before there was a trailer was like a story about the relationship between Victor Frankenstein and his helper. I can't remember what his helper's name is. And I was like, oh, that's really interesting. Like a really serious, gritty Frankenstein. That could be so good. And then the trailer, it's like a joke. It's like some light-hearted action comedy. They're like, there's a couple of mates who, we created a monster. It just looks shocking. It looks awful.
And then we've got, Point Break, fuck that film. Fuck that film. Good Dinosaur, not good.
No.
I mean, no, not even good for kids.
But some good ones. Some really good ones.
Really good ones.
The Revenant.
Revenant, great.
Really good film.
Legitimately buy this. Like,
but I don't want to see it on the biggest screen you
can.
It's a long film. It's 2.5 hours. But I think it's worth it. The cinematography is insane. They use only natural lighting. Let's go...
Big Short as well.
Big Short. I fucking love this film.
Another just great. Just a romp.
If you want to be really angry.
Yeah, really angry, but also like it's very enjoyable.
It's so entertaining. It's just how they make such a dry subject so entertaining is beyond me.
Yeah.
And then Big Short.
Spotlight, another film that is just you need to see.
It deserved the Oscar.
100%.
It's just, especially with all the Cardinal Pell, may his soul rest in cunt. All the stuff that's going on there.
Fuck.
It's just, you need to see it. It's just a fucking mint film.
Yep.
And what's out in theaters? The Nice Guys.
The Nice
I cannot fucking wait for
What else is out?
Alice Through the Looking Glass.
Yeah.
Don't care.
Might give that.
Might
one.
give that. Oh no, you have to see it.
I
Surely
have
not.
to see it. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I don't want to see it. I haven't seen it. Did you see Alice in Wonderland?
I did. It was like one of the first films with the real 3D. It actually, I remember seeing it and being like, "Whoa, this is pretty cool," because like there was actual depth. Like it was kind of the first film I'd seen where there was
like it was shot
like
in
physical
3D.
depth,
Shot full 3D.
Yeah, shot full 3D.
I don't care. I'm not saying.
No, so I mean like that's what was good about the first one.
Obviously Johnny Depp was hamming it up. Did you see Johnny Depp, by the way, came out and
Cool.
looks like Barnaby
tomato.
Joyce inbred with the tomato.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Awkward. And then Barnaby Joyce came back and said he's like a Hannibal Lecter, like pulling strings inside Johnny Depp's head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck Barnaby Joyce.
Fuck
piece of shit.
He broke our laws. And yeah, The Nice Guys is out, which I'm fucking really excited for. I've heard only good things. I really like Rusty. And I really
old Rusty, fighting around the world.
And I like Ryan Gosling because he's just beautiful.
And like it looks like the humour looks really, really good.
It looks fucking great, and I've heard only good things because it's been out in the US for a week, I think, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So yeah. We'll see you. We'll do a podcast for those when we fucking can. We have jobs.
Probably like in 3-4 weeks.
Yeah, well, that sounds good. That sounds like enough time to
put it up on your calendar.
When you listen to this one, it should take 3 to 4 weeks to get over the PTSD, and then you'll be able to listen to the next one. So, we'll see you later, guys. Enjoy your whatever. See ya.